end you up in jail, or like, you know what I mean, it's not worth it. You know, like it's worth going out there, getting a job, and having it's worth giving it a crack. You know, like you haven't tried it yet, so why not try it? There's no such thing as a successful drug dealer. They're all in jail, or they're dead. You know what I mean, or they're dobbing on people to keep their shit going. I dealt drugs a long time growing up, you know, like from pot to ecstasy to pills, to pharmaceuticals, to heroin, to ice, you know what I mean? I've sold everything, and it's just a shit game, you know what I mean? It's a fucking mugs game. It's disgusting. You know, you find yourself making all this money and you're selling drugs, but then you find yourself dabbling in the drugs, you know what I mean? You start smoking this, or you start popping that, you know what I mean? And I had a massive prescription pill addiction, you know what I mean? Like, man, Xanax and Valium and Endones, poof, mate, I was a mess, you know what I mean? And I have my issues with other drugs as well, but that's what it all leads to at the end of the day, you know, like there's only one road that it leads to. It's either addiction, death, jail. So the advice I'd give is just, you know what I mean, give something legit a crack, you know what I mean? Like if you can get a job, do it. If you can go to TAFE, do it. If you can get a trade, do it, you know what I mean? Like always, because you know you're going to get paid regardless, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, just give it a crack, man. Like, yeah, you got to break the cycle. That's what it's about. It's about breaking the cycle, you know? Like we can't change if we don't change ourselves.
One thing I want to do is try to get through to kids. Don't do drugs like crazy.
Can you please tell them?
I just don't know how. Like what I mean is, like, how do you get across to a kid?
Yep.
Like, I know when I was young, I didn't give a fuck what anyone older said, even if they've been through it and told the experience, because kids don't understand addiction, right? When you're drinking and you're just starting out, you just drink every now and then, it's no problem. But the addiction disease, right? The more you drink or the more you use any drugs, it opens this cage for this monster to come out. And that, it just, as you keep going, it gradually opens it more and more. And then you cross the line into addiction. That monster is released out of the cage and is permanently in your head and permanently can switch you into, you can be just having a nice time and you can just bang, suddenly I'm like, I got to get high, or I got to go drink, or just escape whatever I'm feeling. And that, the illness of, I don't know if it's really a disease, but people do say it is a disease, but the illness of addiction is so strong and so hard to beat. It's something that you do not want to introduce, and everyone has it in them. If you use and keep just abusing it more and more, you will awaken that beast and you will regret it for the rest of your life. It's a bad path to go down.
I'm going to tell you what, using drugs, being on drugs is the stupidest, ugliest, shittest thing you can do. It's a completely different yarn to crime. I'll tell you why. Because that's something that you will never get back. You got to understand, when you use drugs, it will change you, especially if you're using psychoactive drugs, which are nearly all amphetamines and marijuana, ecstasy, and MDMA, of course, ice and all that shit, cocaine even. These drugs will change you as a person, and you will recover a certain percentage. Some people may not even, you're doing well if you recover 90%. You're going to be 10% different for the rest of your life, I guarantee you. You're going to wreck your body, you're going to wreck your spirit. There's a lot of things that you're going to wreck, all right? So these things, you will never get back. You can't pay time and come back normal. Like I said, you do I'm cray, go to jail, you come back out, you've done your time. Yeah, but using drugs, that's a different thing, lad. At least, I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to end it here. At least if you're going to do crime, all right? If you're going to do crime or do whatever, don't fucking waste your money killing yourself. Don't do crime to give some other smart cunt your money while you go and kill yourself. Make yourself ugly. Make yourself into a gronk. Risk mental illness. You know what I mean? Make yourself weak. It takes away your a lot of shit. I don't mean physically weak. I mean staunch cunts turn into onkies after drugs. You know how many staunch cunts I've seen? I'm telling you, lad. This ain't no verbal, bruh. You should see what Butte has done to the amount of staunch cunts in jail. Older generations than me, these cunts, some of these cunts were full jail murderers. Full jail murderers, bruh. You know what I mean? Like you're talking to old lads that were in the wars. Butte come around, bruh. Heroin, cunts jumped on the ice. These cunts are fried. These cunts are fucking fried. And not only fried, scared cunts. They turn into like full scared cunts. It's like, Brian, like, I remember when I was 19, I didn't want to look at you because you were killing cunts over fucking phones. You know what I mean? Killing cunts over fucking whatever. Now these cunts are like, they're talking to you like, oh, Dumba, yeah, like timid, and just like it takes away everything good, you know what I mean? And also it takes away your money, lad, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, what would you rather be? Fit, fucking healthy, look mad, own mad shit, or a fucking mess? A fucking mess. Skinny, ugly, girls don't want ya. You're walking around because you're fucking, like, you're hanging out. You know what I mean? Don't got nothing nice. Like, yeah, they're two different things, you know what I mean? Anyway, hey.
I got a Snapchat off this kid once and he was in a school uniform and he was like on the nod and like his mate was pouring water on him and like putting a cigarette out on him, and I was like, that makes me sick, man. If this kid thinks that I condone that enough to send it to me saying, yeah, Huskii 201, whatever, I'm like, bro, no. And that made me change a lot. And like I had a talk with Nter once and he goes like, it's pretty much what you're saying, but he was like, I'm not happy with how you're doing shit. Like, it's fucked up. You're influencing a lot of cunts now, and it's not cool. And I started to realise, like, maybe it is coming across the wrong way. But like where I'm from, there's either two ways to live life. You get exposed early, and you learn. And then by the time you my age or whatever, probably should be younger, but you learn and you know not to do these things. And then there's another people that have been sheltered their whole life and they never seen this side. And then they get to the point where they're out on their own, they're making their own moves, there's no one telling them what to do like mum or dad, and they're falling down these traps, getting addicted to meth, getting addicted to heroin at 25, and it's the first drug they've ever tried because they never were exposed to it as a young and they never knew the bad side. You feel me? So there's good and bad at whatever you want to look at, but I see what I'm doing as a duty, man. Like, I'm fucking telling the real side of this. And I'm telling you right now, there's no good ending to being on drugs. There's no happy ending except for you getting off it and getting clean. And even that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So don't fucking try it if you haven't tried it. Don't start it. Don't start it and think I can stop when I want to. There's no happy ending, just fuck drugs. Look at all the people out here killing it. They're not on drugs. You feel me? Like, if they want to say that I'm promoting that, then that just means they don't know, you know? If you know, you know.